Hello YouTube, this is Kaito JR here, and I am here to do another Ajin Discussion video, this time discussing about this little event that happened in chapter 85 that I don't agree with. Okay, sorry that I called it little. I don't think it's little. I think it's actually a really big thing, but it was treated as a little thing in this chapter because they just brushed away from it just immediately once they just brought it up. It was like it's just in like one page, and then like they just changed to something that didn't really matter at all or had nothing to do with anything. But yeah, it was like Sato's death. It was stated by this man in chapter 85 of the Ajin manga that yeah, he says right here, this just in, we have just received a report of the death of the demi-human known as Sato. Yeah, that's what he said. And then he continues on and says, a prison guard discovered his body early this morning inside the facility where he was being held. I didn't really realize he was taken into a facility or whatever, but see, the last time we saw Sato is when he was taken away into this casket that was made of some sort of special alloy by the, I don't know, it was brought in by the anti-demis, and then he was then shipped away inside this casket onto a military helicopter owned by the anti-demis, and then he was just shipped away somewhere. I don't know. I guess he was like it was said here in chapter 85 that he was shipped into some sort of facility where he was being held. And he continues on and says, some experts hold that the views that demi-humans dying of natural causes is indeed would be the first time anywhere in the world that if this isn't a conspiracy, what is? What exactly is or was Sato, or whatever you want to call it? It seems that the curtain has fallen all too soon on these events shrouded in mystery. Yeah, what is Sato? An Ajin, right? A demi-human. They all know this, but they still ask, like, so what exactly was Sato? I mean, he died. So what was he then? Was he not a demi-human? Yeah, he was still a demi-human. Demi-humans can still die of old age, but yeah, Sato, he was not even that old to begin with. He was only in his 50s, I presume, right? He was just in his 50s. I mean, he wasn't in his 80s or 100 or anything. I mean, I always assume that Ajins just died. I mean, this isn't confirmed at all. This is just my assumption that Ajins can die only when they're like 100 years old, and that's it. Why would he just die out of nowhere when he was just like in his 50s? And yeah, I know I also said this was like some sort of time skip. Maybe he got older or some sort of like time skip they did after chapter 84. But that makes no sense here. Why would they just do like some sort of time skip just out of nowhere? They wouldn't do that. And our characters like Kei, for example, would not buy the fact that Sato is dead because he's too smart for that. Like, we know Kei very well. He would not believe everything that he hears on the news. And that, yeah, Sato, there's no way he's dead. These people are just, like, maybe they're misinformed or they're just lying, or yeah, of course they wouldn't lie. I mean, most of the things that are said on the news are kind of scripted as well. I mean, obviously they're not just going to like just talk just out of their head like that. Just like, yeah, so then this is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, of course, like that's all scripted. Like they're not just, that's not their own words. It's all just scripted. They're just reading off of something that they see on the screen, and then yeah, that's it. I mean, what I'm doing right now is not scripted. I'm just, doing like improv, just for to let you all know. I'm not like I'm not like reading any script or anything. Like, yeah, see, this is not a script. It's just my notes that I just write down. But then, yeah, I just look down, see if I memorize something, because see, sometimes I forget something. And usually, I just write like a bulleted note on like the paper or the notebook, whatever. And I remember, look down, like, oh yeah, I gotta mention this in the video. But yeah, I don't script my videos anymore. Yeah, did in the past actually, but not anymore. I just do improv for now on. But yeah, never mind that. The whole thing with Sato being dead, I think that's just ludicrous. I don't really buy that at all, and you shouldn't too. You should not buy that Sato is dead. Maybe you would have bought it like at first, but maybe once you like start to think about it, I mean, I kind of didn't really, buy it at first, but like, I just didn't know what else to think because Sato being dead. I mean, we last saw him inside of this casket, like we just said. He was just put inside there, and then he was shipped off into this military helicopter, and then we haven't seen him ever since. But now they're just saying he's dead. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, why is he dead? I don't know. Like, I'm still really confused about this, because like we still haven't heard like any news at all. Like, Sato is still like alive. Is this like information that we've gotten in chapter 85 like some sort of like a lie? Is it really true or not? We don't know for certain yet. We just have to wait for chapter 86 to come out so we can get this like confirmed if he actually is dead or not, which I don't think he's dead. I think this is like some sort of like lie. This is some sort of like ruse to like put us in some sort of like path like away from like, you know, not focusing on Sato, because yeah, Sato's dead, there's no reason to focus on him anymore. Let's now focus on these characters, which I do love, but I just don't like the fact that Sato is dead. They can still do more with him. I mean, they've done plenty with him. We can still get character interactions from like the other characters that we have, like with Kei going back to see Kaito again, maybe Kaito being brought into like the main cast and seeing his interactions with these other characters, and yeah, that'll be really interesting to see a lot of that. But yeah, Sato being dead, I just don't like the idea of that at all. Plus, it doesn't make any sense because I mean, there was no setup at all of Sato even ending up dead at all. It just came out of nowhere. I mean, I just read this and didn't even expect at all that Sato was actually gonna die. I just read, I was like, wait, Sato's dead? What? Why? That doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, because Sato, I mean, it was confirmed that, yeah, demi-humans cannot die under any circumstances other than, you know, dying of old age. That was it. That was the only setup we got, but that had nothing to do with Sato at this point in time, because Sato he wasn't even that old of a guy. He's still like middle age, I believe. He's in his 50s, whatever. I mean, I don't really consider that to be old age myself. I consider old age maybe to be like over like maybe 65 or 70 or whatever, like somewhere like later on that road or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I just don't think Sato is that old at all. And that whole like, you know, Ajin's like dying of old age, that had really nothing to do with him at that point in time. He was still doing his own thing. He was not worried of like getting old at all, because yeah, he was still middle aged, and that's all he was really. And now they say he's dead, which yeah, I don't buy, of course, but we haven't seen Sato ever since then, and it's like chapter 84 where he was like put inside that casket and just shipped away, and that's it. That's all we saw of Sato. We also haven't seen any of our characters at all, so we don't know their reactions, like with Kei or Ko, Reiji, Izumi. We haven't seen their reactions to this at all. Even Tanaka. I would be very interested to see Tanaka's reaction to this, like Sato dying, and what he would just, you know, think about that in some way. Because yeah, I don't think Tanaka would buy that too. Same thing with Kei and me as well. Yeah, I don't buy that. But yeah, hopefully in chapter 86 we get some reveals on like just what is going on with Sato. Like, if Sato is really dead, he is. We'll only see his corpse, because we don't see his corpse at all in this chapter. We don't even see Sato in this chapter at all, or any of our main cast characters. I think this is like the first time like in like the Ajin Demi-Human manga where we haven't seen any of our main cast at all. We don't see anyone here, just no one. It's just we see these like people from on the news just talking about like these characters and what's going on with them. Like with Takahashi was captured and shipped to this like facility along with Sato and Himiko, Tachibana as well, because she was, you know, found out to be an Ajin as well. Yeah, so we don't really see much of her afterwards, and yeah, I guess we see her one picture of her, but that's it. We don't actually see her in this chapter. So yeah, same thing with Takahashi as well. We just see that yeah, he was captured and brought to this facility. Same one with Sato, but then it was like revealed that okay, Sato died here, so why didn't Takahashi die as well? I mean, I get Takahashi is a lot younger than Sato, but like I just said constantly in this video, yeah, Sato is not that old of a guy too. He's in his 50s, so. Or at least I think he's in his 50s. Yeah, he should be in his 50s. I don't think he's 60 years old, in his 60s, whatever. He's definitely not in his 70s, that's for sure. So yeah, he's in his 50s. Yeah, like Sato's not dead. That's just what I have to tell all of you about it. It just doesn't make any sense that he just like up and died in his like in his facility cell or whatever. I mean, that is a really anticlimactic like ending for Sato right there as a character. I mean, he's such a great character, really cool one too. In fact, that he just died in such a like in such a way like this, like he just written off like that. Yeah, we need an explanation next chapter, chapter 86. Hopefully we get some, and hopefully we get our characters back, like our main cast, like Kei, Izumi, Ko. Hopefully we get to see where they are at right now, because yeah, the Ajin manga is not ending anytime soon, because we still have a lot to learn about these characters, like Ko, like because he says something about his job. I would like to know more about that. We can see more chapters with that, and also Reiji's family, we can see that too. If Reiji go back to his family, we can see stuff like that. Also Kei, what he's going to do. Yeah, and also Shinya Nakamura. I know it's like kind of a random thing I just brought up, but yeah, Shinya, he's still a character that we haven't seen in quite a while. Why would we just end the manga without seeing where he is at right now? And similar with Masumi Okuyama, yeah, he's still free. Where is he at right now? Yeah, all these things, all these questions we have, like the manga is not ending anytime soon, everybody, so stop saying that the manga is going to end, because it's not. We still have a lot of things to discuss about here. So yeah, I mean, that's all I just need to talk about in this Ajin discussion video, everybody, about Sato and the fact that he's not dead. I'm trying to tell all this to you that there's no way he should be dead. He shouldn't be at all. So yeah, just comment down in the comment section below if you have anything you want to say, anything at all. But yeah, that's it for the video, everybody. Thanks for watching, and bye.